No panic, nobody got hurt, but we had one screen go down. Luckily, we have two, and we're all safe. So let's begin. First of all, I'm very honored to be standing here today. I'm always honored to speak to you about the incredible world of entertainment that we are lucky enough to be a part of. As members of this industry, we have the incredible opportunity to create immersive, adventurous experiences for viewers that they will never forget. We have the ability to transport them to different worlds, to make them laugh, cry, and everything in between. And with this great power, in the words of the late Spider-Man, comes great responsibility. And it's our duty as stewards of this industry to always strive for excellence, to constantly push the boundaries of what is possible, and to give our viewers the most incredible experience we can. So I'm incredibly proud to be working alongside each one of you. I'm grateful for the passion and the dedication that I work amongst every day and that you all bring to your craft. And now, we're going to do something a little bit different in this town hall. We're going to grill our CEO with a bunch of questions. A lot of you have sent in questions. Thank you. Most of them are on this list, plus a little bit more. We hope that tonight we can answer everybody's questions. We can get a little bit of insight on the future. And we also have an incredible small video that we're going to show you. So, without further ado, let's welcome Joe Kaukabani to this interview.
Thank you. The grilling. This one is working. Okay, then I'll ask the questions.
Get me one of the other six. لا تفضل. تفضل. All right. Do something. You know what? While we wait. Okay. While we wait for me to have a voice. Hope you're all in a very forgiving mood today. Yes, okay.
We're on.
Joe. Our employees, some of them have had the great pleasure of meeting you, some of them haven't, but your story with OSN, for many of us, started in March, right? But the truth is, I think your story started way before that.
Well, first, thank you all for coming. It's really nice to see you all here. We have about 270 people, so that's the majority of the team in Dubai. So thank you again for coming, and hopefully we'll enjoy the night. And thank you, Sarah, for organizing all of this. Now, to your question and the grilling, my story with OSN started a long time ago. I grew up here. I'm from the region. And I've grew up watching OSN. I've always had a OSN box, maybe for the last 24 years. Then I cut the cord and I moved to OSN apps, and I still do. So I still watch OSN. And on a professional level, I started working with OSN, or looking at OSN first when I joined KIPCO about 5 years ago. For those of you that don't know, KIPCO is the floor, hovering around, looking around. This is when I started getting more involved with OSN, which then led to me being appointed on the board and working with the board members and the transition team that we've put in place. And then around mid-April, yes, I've joined as a CEO. So that's my story.
Now that you've become one of us, the head of the OSN family, living with the team every day within the walls of our office, what would you say today, after everything that you have seen and learned, what are our biggest challenges yet?
So I look at this in two different ways. So first, I love challenges. So I've always enjoyed challenges, and that's why I'm here. But I think we have two types of challenges. We have first the external challenges, and that has to do more with the industry we're in. Media is a fast-moving industry, and at this time, it's going through a lot of changes. That it starts from the attitude of our partners and the studios internationally on how they want to distribute their content, going down to the competition around in MENA, all the way to the streaming war and the pricing and all of that. So externally, it is a challenging environment. But you can always overcome that, because then it's a question of time and how you adapt. The main challenge I found was more internally. I didn't think when I joined that we were ready and had the right attitude to deal with those challenges. I thought that we were working in silos by and large, and I addressed that, I think, in the first town hall when I talked about the culture. There wasn't a real team spirit. We weren't results oriented. We didn't have the focus on getting things done and knowing what to want to get done. And we weren't data driven, which is strange because we're in an industry where we have the luxury to measure everything, test everything, and implement and make decisions. And I didn't think we were ready for all of this. So I think now we're getting better, and I hope we're going to keep on getting better and better.
So having said that, do you feel that there are any changes towards the objectives that you had mentioned in the last town hall? Or are there any additional priorities that you've noted for the new year coming?
I think in terms of objectives, they rarely change because they're very big North Star types of objectives. And I was clear, I think, in the first town hall on what we need to achieve. It started with basically maintaining our premium content proposition. And that basically entails renegotiating and big thank you to the content team that helped a lot. We have also major news that I cannot yet share, but I will be in a position to share in maybe another week or two on that front. The second thing was to strengthen our brand. OSN is very well known. Everybody knows OSN. I think this is going. Okay. So everybody knows OSN. No. The challenges continue. Okay. Add this to the list. So everybody knows OSN, but it's generally associated with something, my parents would watch, as somebody told me once. So the challenge there was to transform this into a brand that's more vibrant and that talks to different types of customers, whether they're old, whether they're young, different demographics, different areas. We're really focused on here and extending to Saudi, to Egypt, etc., etc. And I think also we're doing a pretty good job there with the revamp and the rebranding of OSN Plus, and now more recently the campaign we launched on OSN TV. So we're making strides on that, on the branding. The third objective was naturally to grow OSN Plus subscribers, because this is the main indicator of health and growth in a streaming proposition. And I have to say we've been successful, specifically towards the last 3 months, and a big thank you to the OSN Plus team. They kept on trying and finding ways and pivoting, and finally, we got it, and we used the House of the Dragon as a big asset to kind of drive growth, and we grew fast, we grew faster than the industry, and we've gained market share as a result. And the final objective, which remains, is now on the linear proposition. We wanted to defend our position in the linear proposition, and now with the launch of the OSN TV, of our new box, hopefully that will lead us to that. So those are the key objectives that we've had. They're still valid, and as you can see, we're making progress in every one of them.
So I take it you have a clear vision of the next 3 to 5 years and a strong belief in the success of this organization and all its products and all its future products.
I mean, you'd hope so. Of course, I have belief. I have belief in the success, and I can see it happening in the more advanced stages. I think we're very strong on Western content, for example, and we do Turkish and Korean, but we need to strengthen our Arabic proposition. So hopefully we'll have more of that. OSN Plus will grow on its own to become one of the main streaming propositions. And then hopefully, as I said, OSN TV and our linear proposition, or now aggregating proposition, will as well be very successful. So this is what I see for OSN next 3 to 5 years.
What's one of the proof points that that OSN is the best in the region, you would think?
It's a very subjective statement. I mean, I do think we are, specifically when it comes to Western programming, I do believe we're the best. I think we're pretty unique in the world, to be honest, because to get access to the type of content that we have in one single platform at the value that we offer it, or at the price point we offer it, I don't think it exists in a lot of places, if it exists anywhere else. So I think that's one thing I look at, because my focus is on our product and our content, and I think when you have that going for you and when you're doing well there, I think the rest would follow.
And does the board agree with you?
You have to ask them, but on the board we have a unique board. We have Sheikh Adana, who joined the board as a chair, and I mean, she has her interest lies heavily within OSN. She's not only a board member, the CEO of KIPCO, but also the main shareholder of KIPCO itself. So she's really vested in the success of OSN. And for someone like her to put her name as a chair of OSN is a big statement. We also have Sheikh Zain, who is extremely passionate about commissioning and OSN original and local Arabic content. And she has very successful studios in Kuwait. She's been in the industry for a very long time. And for those of you that saw her, with us last week in Jeddah and the launch, you see her passion and how much she contributes. We have Michael Johnson, who's basically the history book of OSN. He's been a board member since day one, and since day one of the merger. And he brings in a very interesting aspect as well to the board discussions. And finally, we have Ali Habib, the CTO of Anghami, that is a real techie, is a real tech person that works and faces the same challenges as we do and has great experience. And it's a small number, it's 5 people. It's very dynamic for those of you that actually engage with the board, and they're very helpful. It's not one of those distant boards, hands off, we submit presentations to. So I think, like me, they like the direction we're headed at, but they're at the same time almost frustrated that we're playing catch up. Like, we should be even more advanced. We know we have a great product, we know we have a great name, and we should be more advanced than where we are today. But they're happy definitely with the work that everybody's putting, and they can clearly see the progress in the company.
So we've prepared a short video, and I really hope that everybody feels the things that I felt when I watched this. But I do want to ask you one thing before we play this video. Are you afraid of the competition?
Afraid is a big word. I'm not afraid of the competition, obviously not. I think we always have to respect the competition. You take them seriously, you respect them, and you act accordingly. But I'm definitely not afraid. I think we can take on anybody. I do believe, again, going back to the product and the content, I'll put ours next to anybody's in the market, and I'm very proud of what we have. So no, I'm not really afraid.
All right, we're going to show everybody a short video, and then we'll come back.
We all have a story to tell. But what makes each one different is not how the story ends, but rather the place where it begins. We all have a story to tell. But what makes each one different is not how the story ends, but rather the place where it begins.
You ready?
I'm ready, Daddy.
Brands are built on stories.
Hello, OSN.
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 Here's ours.
Hello, everybody in the Middle East.
Yes.
The story which began by connecting a region
Hello?
and most of all, with its people.
Welcome to a new era of entertainment. Orbit and Showtime are merging to create the region's largest pay TV platform.
Over the years, we shared stories.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Winter is coming.
We made memories. And we imagined a new world of entertainment.
Our adventure begins now. Outstanding. So what now?
People, let's make the dream happen.
Today, we set records and milestones.
The winner is...
We became part of the culture and witnessed history in the making. Now we're talking.
You always see it first.
Action!
We bring immersive experiences to audiences
Are you serious?
with the best and latest entertainment that they love.
Hello, lovers.
It's evolution!
This is us. This is our story, and the future holds a lot more.
We all
All right, so we have a lot of questions that came from our colleagues, and so I'm going to just shoot them out because I know that everybody's getting hungry and food's going to be served in 30 minutes. But let's go one by one. Recently, you've talked about being one brand. Does this mean that OSN TV and OSN Plus are merging?
We are one brand. It's called OSN. It's. I think there's a bit of confusion. So, the way I see it is we serve customers in two different ways, but we are one brand, and we have two sub brands. One is OSN Plus. It caters to maybe a younger demographic. It caters to people that know what they want to watch. To people that like to binge watch, they usually prefer series and so on. And we have another as well proposition, which is OSN TV. And that proposition is for people that are more passive customers. They want to switch on the TV in the old-fashioned way. They don't know exactly what they want to watch, but they want to see what we've curated for them, what we've prepared for them. And they also now, in this day and age, want to seamlessly go in and out of linear and maybe check what's on their apps and so on. And I think both propositions sell the same thing. It's the OSN content on the same OSN brand, but we created distinction for the two different products. Now, when it comes to our organization structure, I think last year we wanted to create focus and wanted to create accountability on delivering the results for both, if you want, brands or sub-brands. I think we went a little bit far, and that's why you see me pulling back. What you're going to see in the future, we're going to have two departments still, the OSN TV side and the OSN Plus side, but they share a lot of the services. Technology is shared, the same infrastructure, content is shared, it sits in the middle, finance, legal, comms, etc., etc. And the two different departments really focus on the product itself, the sales and marketing of that product, and they work more together through a lot of dotted lines across departments. So it's not a merger. We've always been one. We have one name with different colors maybe, and the changes in the org structure are just to kind of reflect that.
So does this mean that we're going to see more changes? And what kind of changes can we expect?
What kind of changes are you asking about?
I mean that, are we going to see roles expanding, and are we going to see redundancies?
Okay, I mean, redundancies are generally a taboo, but I have no problem, talking about it. Yes, we will continue to see redundancies, but wait, just hear me out on this one. I think redundancies are a normal part when you're making an organization more lean and more efficient. But also, the way we're going to do it is going to be different. It's not an arbitrary process. So this is the first year that we do proper performance appraisals, where people, self-assess, peers assess them, line managers assess them. We have a calibration committee and so on. And what you're going to continue seeing in the future maybe is, taking care of the top performers while as well, adjusting and reducing and creating, vacancies on the bottom end. So it's not a scary concept. It's something you see in a lot of organizations around the world, where always the bottom 5-10% of performers are basically, terminated. But then we need to as well reflect the same, or the opposite, in fact, to our top performers in the organization. So it's a culture of, meritocracy. It's a culture of performance that we want to create, and that's what you're going to see going forward. It's not random redundancies, arbitrary cuts, and firing of people. That you will not see, and you can probably feel that in the organization.
So how many direct reports do you have right now?
I have a lot. I have 18 direct reports right now.
Is this normal?
It's stretched. It's a lot, actually. Ideally, it should be half of that. But it's a result of the changes we're making on the leadership team. But I'm very lucky to have a group of people that I work with that are driven, that basically that stepped up, and that are delivering. So I'm able to do that only because of the people I work with.
Considering some of the leadership team people who have left, you've taken your time before to try to find the right people, put them in the right spaces. And what we're seeing now is that roles are being expanded. People are getting an opportunity to do things they've never done before and grow. Do you believe that we will have new members in the C-level anytime soon?
I think we will, and we're always looking for talent, whether it's on C-level or even more junior levels. But I want to caveat this, and I think what we have is a very good team right now. And what they do is they create a certain benchmark for people we want to hire. One, in their skills and their knowledge. So if we want to hire somebody more senior, it has to be somebody we can learn from, somebody that can add value to the organization. We're not just hiring to fill in a title, because we have people more than capable of doing the job right now. The second thing as well is they create a certain culture. And anybody we hire right now, again, more importantly on a C-level, has to fit that culture. So this is what I'm happy with. I'm happy right now that I'm surrounded, and in the organization we have a big group of people that have a great culture, that have embraced our Fast Forward initiative, and that also know what they're doing and they stepped up to the challenge. And that gives me a lot of comfort. So yes, it may be more than what usually, the usual number is for DRGs, but I think it's fine with the quality of people. We're always looking for talent. If we find talent that fit that culture and we can all learn from and they can add value to the organization, we would welcome them. Otherwise, we'll just continue as we are.
Would you say you're obsessed with winning?
I don't know what gives you that impression, but so I love basketball, and I grew up watching Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, and they're all both known for their competitiveness. They're like really driven. And I'm gonna answer the way Kobe answered, actually. He said, when he was asked, "Are you obsessed with winning?" He said, "I don't know, I just really hate losing." So yeah, probably that's my answer. I really hate losing. I don't know about winning, but I really hate losing.
Well, this brings me to a curious couple of questions that we received, actually, on your performance as a leader and what it takes. So what is your daily routine, Joe?
My daily routine, first, I don't have kids, so this is not for everybody. I wake up very early. I like to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. It's really nice, and it gives me the chance to meditate, for 20 minutes. I love coffee, so I make myself a good cup of coffee, play some music. Yes, sorry for parents with kids, you cannot do that. Probably around this time, it's already chaos in the household. But yeah, playing music, have a coffee, and I like to kind of go through my emails in the morning and prepare my day just before I come to the office, because I know as soon as I get there, it's just gonna be meeting after meeting. And generally, I try to squeeze in a workout, and then I'm at OSN and fully ready.
Many of our colleagues they've never seen you eat food. So we just want to bust that myth and make sure that you're not a robot.
I eat and I eat a lot, and I love food and all types of food. So I've had dinners with people and they do, but during the day I'd like to be light, and I don't really have time to sit down and have rice and food and proper food. But yeah, I think Selma keeps me fed, and with smoothies and acai bowls and oatmeal, something quick on the go for 5-6 minutes in between meetings if I have the chance.
So does this mean that you don't believe in work from home arrangements?
I don't know the link of food and work from home. I think work from home promotes eating more, maybe. No, again, let me tackle this question, and I'm happy you're asking me these questions, because I know it's on the minds of many. I don't think there's any issue with working from home, and that's why we've created this flexibility. So we have today the flexibility in the company to work one day from home, and we did it specifically to solve for more or less parents that have kids that need to be around them in certain situations. Again, around the time where they changed the weekend in the UAE, and Friday became a weird day for a lot of people. So we thought that's the right thing to do. My issue, though, with work from home is that it's probably not the best thing for us right now. We're trying to change culture. We're trying to, transform the organization. We're trying to push hard and catch up on a lot of areas in the business. We need face-to-face time. We need to work together. We need to get to, know one another, interact with one another. At some point, we can be even more flexible as we settle in a rhythm. I think right now, I'd rather see people in the office, and thank you. I think I'm going to meet a few people for the first time tonight I've not seen in the office, so I'll get to meet you in the town hall, but with each other. And we have the flexibility. If your personal situation requires it, it's there. For now, I think we're good. We'll probably revise that in a year or two as the organization progresses.
I want to go back to that the video that we just saw and the conversation we had about premium Western content. We understand, and as you had said to me during our conversation before this, you doubt that anyone can compete with our premium content, our Western premium content. And to be honest with you, I think we all agree that our Western content is pretty much incredible. It's on par with, it's the best in the world, right? We've gotten the best from everywhere in the world. But does that mean that we are maybe overlooking Arabic content, being in an Arabic region, and maybe thinking about how keen we are to create distinctive originals? So what is our approach on Arabic? And then let's talk a little bit about originals.
It's a very good question again, and I want to start by saying that today our business is very difficult because we're in the attention business. You want to grab people's attentions, and we're not only competing against streaming, we're competing against everything. You've all seen kids and teenagers zombied out on a couch on TikTok for like 3 hours. If that's not entertainment, I don't know what is, right? So, and entertainment, there's a lot of form of free entertainment as well. And that's very available. We need to be in a business where people feel that the content we offer is worth their money and worth their dollars. And that's the hard part. And I feel we're there on the Western because the proposition we have on Western content is premium enough and deserves people to pay money. This is not something you can find on YouTube or on any free channel or any social media channel. And that's what sets us apart, and that's why people are happy to pay their subscription to come and watch OSN. In the Arabic world, we're not there yet. I think we're doing well in some Arabic versions of international programming. Our Turkish does very well, both, by the way, on linear and on SVOD. Our Korean right now is doing very well as well, and that's in Arabic. That's why I'm mentioning those. But our regional Arabic content is weaker. And there are a couple of reasons for that. One is that finding premium Arabic content or producing premium Arabic content is not easy. We're not there. And whereas Arabic content that most people consume in the region is generally made for free to air, for advertising business model, not subscription business model. The region is evolving, and we are launching ourselves on this journey. That's why was it last week? Yeah, last week we were in Jeddah and we announced My Driver and I, which is a story from Saudi, actually from Jeddah, with a director from Jeddah as well, that is made into a film and that OSN is producing. You know about Yellow Bus coming. We're soon launching a series, a Kuwaiti series that we're gonna have on our platform. So we are making strides in production, but it's a slower process. It's not gonna be as fast as buying ready-made content from Hollywood. So we're not overlooking Arabic. We think Arabic is very important. Our clients like it. Our subscribers want it, but it's gonna be a work in progress, and it's gonna take few years for us to have enough volume of Arabic content to sit next to the Western content.
And are all of our originals Arabic?
Yes, I think, but we have mixed languages as well. It's very common right now to have mix of Arabic and English in the same dialogue, and yeah, we're gonna be doing Arabic and or mixed with English as well.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you before we open the floor for questions, what are your biggest tips for our colleagues on how to win in 2023?
That's
within the business, obviously, not
not in life. I think I think we spend a lot of time designing the culture, and if you take the 6 values that we have and you think about them, they will lead you, they will help you a lot, because they address different facets of things, whether it's your attitude, whether it's your intellectual mindset, and how you work with others. And I think would be probably my biggest advice: embrace the culture, lean into the culture that we created, because that's the best attitude and mindset one can have to effectively deliver results and win. And the second thing I would say is, and it's a cliche, I know, but it's true. You gotta believe in it. Like, do you believe? Take a second and think, do you believe we have a good product? Do you believe we can win? Do you believe that OSN, whether it's home entertainment, an OSN TV or OSN app, is a good product in the market today that people should have? And if you do, then what's left is, then why aren't they? And let's go after that. So I believe in it, and I think that we have a great culture, and I invite everybody to embrace it.
All right. We have heard that you have an unhealthy obsession with coffee. And I was curious, have you ever tasted a Nescafe Red?
What is a Nescafe?
Okay, now you're a coffee snob. Can you please tell me how this started?
I am guilty. I am a coffee snob, and I think if you come to my office right now, it smells like coffee because I have the brewing kit in the office. Yes, I have a healthy obsession with coffee. I like a good cup of coffee, and that makes me a bit of a coffee snob, and I'm okay with it. It's one of my vices, but at least it gives me energy, and I don't have to eat as much.
I wanted to give an opportunity to our colleagues. I know that you've sent a lot of questions in. I've done my best to try to ask Joe all of these questions, but we have the opportunity to ask him now live. Anything that may be on your minds that you would like to have him answer in front of the whole organization. Okay.
It's okay.
Yay.
I think we have a question.
Yes, we do.
Please raise your hand again so they can see you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Karima. I'm from the APG team, and this is the first time to meet you, Joyce. I'm so happy to meet you in person, and Sarah too. My question, actually, I've raised for many CEOs before you during all of these years of service at OSN, but I don't see any action taken about it. So I want to know your view about it. So my question basically is about North Africa. I don't see OSN really doing well there. So what's your plan for that?
It's a good question. I think in the board we've had a very lengthy discussion last time about North Africa. Well, first I want to say that in Egypt we're doing a lot more, and that's very obvious. And we have a lot of people from the Egyptian office today, Hisham, Tamer, Inas, and they're doing a pretty good job. We've had the launch of No Activity recently. We're signing partnerships. We're pushing in the market, and now the Fawri campaign. If you've seen the videos, that we've hit 2 million views on one of the videos. So in Egypt we're pushing harder, and I think it's starting to yield the results. In the rest of North Africa, you're right, and I think there are big countries, one of which is in the World Cup semi-final right now, Morocco. Yes. Between Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, and other countries. We have challenges there. It's not that we cannot overcome them, but it takes time. The first challenge is method of payment. In these countries, as you know, it's very hard to pay in foreign currency. So it creates two problems. A, people don't use credit cards and international cards. They use local networks. And B, our prices in dollars become very expensive. So for that, we need to find ways to make it accessible, affordable, and onboard method of payments that are suitable for these markets. So it's something we can do. It just takes time. And we've rolled out a new product in Egypt. It's basically the standard plan. That is a cheaper version of the OSN Plus offering that is catered for these markets. The second thing is the languages. And we need to basically have additional languages in our programming, which takes time and sometimes costs a little bit of money, namely French and maybe Spanish and other languages. And we are now including those rights in our studio contracts, and we're gonna give Nadia and the team. Hey Nadia, we're gonna give them a lot of work in doing that. Once we conquer these challenges, we can start marketing more and rolling out the products in these countries in specific. The next milestone would be start incorporating content from that part of the world on our platform. So we have a vision, we have a plan. It's just slower than other areas because of these challenges. But thank you for the question. It's very valid.
You're welcome. Actually, you have to hurry up because I know my people over there. They can't stay without food for the entertainment. So there might be someone else going there before you. So they started already, and they are so successful. You won't believe how successful they are. So do your best.
Thank you. We will, and I trust that while we have competition everywhere, once OSN comes to the market with our unique proposition, we will gain our natural size.
All the best. Thank you.
Okay, does anybody else have a question they would like to ask Joe while you have him?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Ali Billing. Hi, Joe. We have met before. I do have two questions to ask. We have spoke about the content. We have a premium Western content. We're a bit back in Arabic. I just want to ask about Indian content or Pinoy content. We used to have these before, however, today is not, and population of people who follow those content are huge in the market. So that's one of them. And the second one, any plan for sport coming up?
So let me start first with the Pinoy, because Mary Chris is right there. I can see her. We still have Pinoy content, and I think they've done an amazing job this year in renegotiating those terms, and we're still gonna have Pinoy content going forward. You're right about the Indian content. We did have the Pehla packages before that we no longer have, and we're studying partnerships with providers of content to offer effectively Indian add-on content. And I think the content team and Rory on the linear content side are working on propositions. We don't have anything imminent, but it's something that we're looking into. With regards to sports, I think our plan right now and strategy is not to venture into sports. We believe if you want to really play in sports, you have to have tentpole content in sports, big sports content. You can't go and grab smaller sports franchises and build a sports proposition. And we don't think we're in a position right now, given where the rights are, to be able to get those rights or compete. So we'd rather focus on general entertainment, and if the opportunity opens up on sports in the future, we'll definitely look at it. But there are no plans currently to add big sports into OSN.
All right, thanks a lot.
Wait, questions, guys? All right, I'll ask you some of the other ones that I had anonymously, unless there's someone with their hand up that I can't see. No. Okay. We received some questions that talked about how, while we know that pay TV is not growing as fast as we would love it to, what was the philosophy behind launching the most recent OSN TV box?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. So the OSN TV box is not your typical pay TV offering. It plays a dual role. It's your old linear viewing proposition, but it's also combined with an aggregation proposition. Effectively, what we want it to be is a home of entertainment. It's your go-to place, basically, to consume entertainment. In this day and age, everybody has like 5-6 apps. They have their free-to-air channels that they watch. They may have OSN. They may have some of our competitors' products, and it's all over the place. What we want to do with the OSN TV product is bring it all into one. This is your go-to place. This is where you'd find your favorite OSN channels. You have also your free-to-airs, and you have also your apps, OSN Plus, and other apps as well, all in one place. So it's a question of convenience, it's a question of aggregation, and also linear viewing. And we hope with that, we would solve a problem for the customers today, and will help basically protect and hopefully grow our linear proposition, our pay TV proposition. That was the logic of it. So we are now on MVP 1. It's the first launch. We're planning MVP 2. Tom, Melvin, technology team, they're working very hard with Anu and the product team to launch that in hopefully Q2, if I'm not mistaken. And also that will be a box that's fully IP. So we have now, it's a hybrid box. It works on satellite and on IP. So we'll have the fully IP version as well then. And then we'll see the results in the market and the feedback from customers, and we'll adjust.
All right, I'm going to keep going. We've seen great marketing for some of our best titles this year. In the new structure that allows us to work closer as two products, OSN TV and OSN Plus, does this mean that there's going to be opportunity for OSN TV and OSN Plus together to start going into the market? Or are we continuing, while we respect the different identities of these brands, are we going to continue on a different trajectory when it comes to marketing?
No, I think the two brands are very intertwined. Again, it's confusing. They're called OSN. It's OSN, and it's the content of OSN. So, and they're more intertwined right now in the fact that the OSN TV box effectively has OSN Plus app on it, and customers can have it in addition to it. So they're not that separate effectively. The reason last year when we did the big campaigns of, let's say, House of the Dragons, it was pushed for OSN Plus is because the OSN TV box wasn't ready. Now that we have the OSN TV box ready, when we do big marketing campaigns, we're gonna do it across. So a lot of the campaigns would be general brand campaigns, brand ambassadors that we were campaigns that sit across both platforms, and there would be as well some additional specific campaigns for OSN Plus or for OSN TV. But we're gonna definitely try to leverage our content and our marketing of content for both platforms and not for one. But there was a reason last year why the decision was made to push one side more than the other. That hopefully now with the new product we'll be able to combine both.
Okay, and my last question for the evening. In terms of performance for this year, how would you characterize it?
I think it went well. I mean, I joined in April, so already we had started. I think I was very happy to see how people, pulled through. First, congratulations to everybody. This is maybe the first year in many that we hit our targets and we hit our budget, which is great. We still have a long way to go. Yes, I think you deserve that. We still have a long way to go, and we have very ambitious plans. Also this year, we've set the foundation for the future success. It wasn't only about achieving the targets for this year, it was about setting us for success in the future, and on many different levels, whether it's on content, as we discussed multiple times. All of the deals we do are multi-year contracts, so they'll serve us for this year, next year, and the years after. Whether it is on the product side, either on OSN Plus with Buthaina and team, or on OSN TV with Ano and team on the product, on the OSN Plus revamp and or OSN TV launch. Whether it is on the whole technology back end, whether it is on marketing, raising the brand, strengthening the brand. All of those are efforts that basically will go a long way towards future success. So I know it was a difficult year for many. I know we've all worked very hard, but I can see that we've hit the targets this year and we're well set for the years to come. So thank you all for your hard work.
Okay, and with that, we close this interview. Obviously, you will have a chance to mingle with Joe tonight. Please ask him all the questions you want to, because his meetings don't give him even 1 minute at work. So this is your chance. I also wanted to let you know that for anyone thinking about the game at 11, there is a place indoors, I think it's called the Pavilion or the Pavilion, okay, that has a big screen. I will just come to me and I'll let you know where that is if you're interested. But for tonight, we're going to eat, drink, have a great time, and thank you so much for everybody that's here tonight.
Thank you,
Joe.
Go Morocco.
a scat man.
It's no better to be safe than sorry.